Hello, this is Deborah Yao with Black Education TV. Family, we are living in a time to where we must tighten up all loose ends when it comes to our walk and our relationship with the Most High Yah. Now, we do see that there is a huge awakening going on as to who we are culturally, but I think a lot of focus is being placed on that, who we are in the flesh, and we're forgetting about who we are in the spirit. There is a relationship that we must maintain with the Most High Yah in order to receive the blessings of Yah. And I think because this cultural identity has clouded our minds, many of us are falling into the traps and the snares of our flesh. We have this pride of being an Israelite that has taken the place of the relationship that we must have with the Most High Yah. We must remember that the very fact that we're in the land of our captivity shows that the judgment of Yah has fallen on us as a whole. His judgment has fallen on us because of things that we did and did not do in ancient times. And you know that the word says that the sins of the fathers would be visited upon the children. So the same applies today. We're here because of the sins of our forefathers. But that same thing applies today. When there are things that we do that go against the order of Yah, or things that we do that bring sin into our lives or bring chastisement or judgment, we must understand what it is we must do in order to fix these things. There are things that were done thousands of years ago that we didn't partake in, but we're being punished for it. And we can say all day long, oh, that's not fair. It still remains that it is what it is. Because of the sins of our forefathers, we are in the situation we're in now. Now, today, there are things that our earthly fathers can do, or our earthly mothers can do, that can bring judgment as well. This is what they call generational curses. Okay? There are things that Granddaddy did 100 years ago that many are being affected by right now today. There are things that we do on a daily basis that could bring judgment to our own households. Now, we must understand what Yah's judgment is. I think our judgment is clouded as relates to Yah's judgment. And we don't understand the judgment of Yah. This is why we toy around with it. We play games with it. We're using our cultural identity to excuse us of sins that we do against the Most High, against our own flesh, against others, against our own families. We use our cultural identity to excuse our own sins. And so because this is happening, we see judgments throughout the so-called black community. In households, you see where fathers or mothers bring judgment on their own household. And the pride of a man or a woman will cause them to overlook that and try to circumvent the decree that has already been set forth in the word. There is a law of reaping and sowing. And so in order to fix things, we must constantly repent. We must always examine ourselves, examine our own hearts, go before the Most High and say, Abba Yah, what is it that I have done that has caused this, that, or the other? If you feel that judgment is upon your household or upon your family, upon your situation, on your job or whatever, you must go to the Most High humbly. Not in pride, but go to Him humbly. And when it is revealed to your heart what it is that you have done, you must fix that. You have to fix it, family. Don't allow your pride or your arrogance or anything that is a promotion to your flesh to cause you to fall in the sight of the Most High or cause you to be judged by Him. We must all acknowledge that we are not perfect. All have sinned and fallen short of Yah's glory. And we do know that love covers a multitude of sins, but there are certain things that the Most High mandates of us when we commit sin or when we commit transgression or whatever it is we do. There are certain things that are decreed of us to do in order for us to fix things. He says, look, I have laid before you an open door. Here is your solution. Here is what I have said. This is what my word has said. If you do ABC, you must do ABC to fix ABC. In other words, he has an ordinance set in place. He have rules and laws governing certain things that we do that we must follow through on in order to fix certain situations that we've brought upon ourselves or that we've brought upon our families. And we cannot circumvent what he has already put in place. We cannot circumvent that. We must accept what his ruling is. Many times we look to people, we look to pastors and leaders and all of them to fix things, or we look to circumvent Yah's way because of pride or arrogance or whatever reason. We think that if we do this, that, or the other, or if we go to the world, if we go to our oppressors, we go to our pastors, that we can circumvent what Yah has already set in place. But we must humble ourselves in the sight of Yah, and he will lift us up. He will bring us out of our situations if we humble ourselves before him. And sometimes he will speak to your mind and your heart, and he will tell you what it is you must do. So you must choose ye this day. Choose ye this day. I have laid before you an open door, is what he hath said. And he's saying, choose ye this day. Will you choose life or will you choose death? Your choices are right before you. Will you humble yourself? Will you repent? Will you do the things that Yah has commissioned you to do in order to fix your situation, in order to fix your life, in order to turn away his chastisement, in order to turn away his judgment, in order to elevate you to the place that he wants you to be in? Will you do what is required of you? He has laid forth a very simple solution to many of our problems. But the issue is we will not humble ourselves. We will allow ourselves to be before men as those who are being afflicted because of this, that, or the other. But the Most High says, no, you must repent. Many times the afflictions that come upon us, even at the hands of our enemies, were decreed by the Most High. Remember, he made the heathen to rule over us because of our disobedience. And so we must keep in mind that when we are faced with certain situations, humility is the key to deliverance. Shalom, family.